Hello, I'm Maria from the Richardson Simple Living. Today I thought I'd do another vlog about homeschooling. As you know, I'm doing my own personal 30-day challenge to put out a vlog each of those 30 days. So today is day 9, and I thought what we'll talk about today is homeschooled children not being socialised, having socialisation. Because it seems to be one of the most common things people say when you tell them you homeschool your child. Oh, but what about making friends? Who do they meet? They'll never meet nobody. And I have somebody in my family who does just that, actually. Every time they bring up the topic of homeschooling, they say just that. Oh, Sean's never going to meet anybody. What's she going to do for the rest of her life? She'll be stuck in a house and she'll be an old spinster and she won't know nobody. And you'd think that the back door was locked, the windows barricaded, and nobody was coming in or out. I mean, a bit of peace and quiet like that might be nice, but fortunately, no. And I just look at them blank. I'm like, really? That, of course they socialise. Just because a child goes to school every day, they haven't got the greatest socialisation in the world. They're sat in a classroom with children the same age, the same children day in, day out for most of their entire school life. And well, we all know what classroom scenes are like, you know. They're subjected to probably the same conversations and same problems and, you know, well, I don't need to say what classrooms are like. But homeschooling, they've got a wealth of socialisation. They may meet people of all ages. If you're going out for the day and you go to museums or you go to places of interest, you're talking to curators and people, and then they might take groups of you around with other children as well. So you're talking as a group, and you know, the children, I'm going to say kids, I'm trying not to say that word, it's a slang word and I shouldn't say it. Children. The children will talk to each other in groups, and even though they don't know each other. These are groups that children go to on weekends or evening groups. Just because you're homeschooled, you're not excluded from joining groups that go on round and about. Sean did horse riding. She was horse riding right up until the start of the pandemic last year, when it all closed down then. And I think the place she's going has started up again, but it seems like they've scrubbed everybody who's on the books off. Instead of contacting them and saying, oh, we're taking lessons again, is your child interested in continuing? They haven't done that. All that book's been scrapped and they just opened up places. And then next thing I knew, they were saying, oh, all the places are filled now. And I'm thinking, I didn't even know you was open. You sort of catch snippets of things on Facebook, so they never contact you. Although they've got your number, they never said nothing. So we're going to see now if Sean can get back into horse riding somewhere, because she wants to carry on. So yeah, so that's a group. When she did that, she did it in a group. There was normally about 5 or 6 children in a group. They were all ages. They weren't in the same schools. Don't even know if some of them were home educated. Don't know. But there were these children all in the same group. She did pony clubs and went off for the whole day doing that. And she was with groups of children that she didn't know from different places, different age groups. And there was older children in the groups, and each group was taken by an older person who wasn't a school age person. So, you know, she's socialising with people all the time like that. I mean, you socialise without realising you're doing it sometimes. You could be out shopping. A complete stranger might just say something random to you. Next thing you know, you're having a conversation about something totally random. You've never met them before. You know, you socialise all the time without knowing you're doing it. So how on earth can a child who is homeschooled not get any socialisation? I think it would be really difficult if you set yourself a challenge saying, right, we're not going to have no socialisation for a month. You would have to lock yourself in. You would have to ban visitors and everything. It'd be really difficult. I mean, it'd be nigh on impossible. I know, like through the pandemic, a lot of us were all sort of shut in and people didn't see other people. But you'd have to do something like that it takes something like that not to see people. It's really difficult not to socialise. So I haven't got a clue where people get this idea your child is not being socialised. I think what they mean is your child is missing out on other children their same age in big groups every day for X amount of years. It's got to be, because they socialise all the time. And like I say, with groups, go out shopping, people will strike up a conversation. It happens most weeks. Somebody you don't know will just say something and you respond. I mean, it might be a complete stranger in the shop. It might be the cashier, you know, and you're striking up conversations. And the same with Sean. Somebody will talk to her, she'll speak back. I mean, she's not one to strike up a conversation because she's a pretty quiet child and she's shy really, so she wouldn't go up and make the conversation, but people converse with her, say things to her, and she will speak back. Sometimes you have to give her a nudge and say, talk, Sean. But yeah, she will. I mean, a lot of children, they're just chatty anyway by nature, aren't they? I know Sean isn't particularly chatty by nature, but it doesn't mean she doesn't talk. It doesn't mean that people speak to her and she runs away and I can't socialise, I'm homeschooled. Do you not know I can't talk to other people? It's nothing like that. I just find it really bizarre. I mean, I was warned about it before I started homeschooling, that you'll get everybody saying to you about socialisation, not having any friends and things like that, and I thought, that's strange. And I've been lucky because not many people have said it to me, but there is one particular person that in the family that says it, constantly says it. I think you walk around with your eyes shut. Are you blind? In fact, one day I looked at them and they went, are you for real? I mean, how can you not socialise? I mean, we live in a village. It's not got millions of inhabitants. It's a small rural village and, you know, everybody knows everybody. And I mean, aside from that, I mean, I say you talk to your neighbours and that, but one of my neighbours is my granddaughter anyway, so she stays here every other weekend. She sleeps here, and her and Sean share a room and they natter away, but they're not the same age. I mean, Sean's older and my granddaughter is younger, but she's getting the socialisation with children there. And also one of my other granddaughters who she was in school with, same age, they see each other quite regularly and they're always talking with their devices, having a chat with each other. And you know, I don't think there's many days go by when she doesn't chat to well, it's her niece. It sounds funny saying that, but my other granddaughter, they're the same age. There's not many days that go by when they don't speak to each other, even if it's only briefly. You know, there's not many days that go by when they don't, and they chat about girly things and things that are going on. My granddaughter will tell her what she's been doing at school, so Sean's perfectly aware of what's happening in schools, and you know, she's not out of touch with it by being homeschooled. So she's got everything she needs in socialisation, and she's not going to be in the house for the rest of her life unless she chooses to be a recluse. Then that's her own choosing, not to do with anything to do with she's never been socialised. But no, she'll meet different people. I mean, how many of us are now with friends from school? I mean, some people do, they stay friends for life, but I have, well, I tell a lie, I've got one friend that I do keep in touch with. We don't go out or anything like that together. We don't socialise in person unless we see each other in the street. But we do message each other and, you know, ask how we are and how our families are and everything, and keep in touch that way. So we keep in touch, but we don't actually go out and socialise. I think the last time we were out in the same place socialising was my mum's funeral. But we still talk, and that's the beauty of modern technology. We can keep in touch, and you can watch your families grow up with pictures and that. And that's why I originally had Facebook was because I've got family that live a long, long way away from me, hundreds of miles away from me, and I don't really see them. So it's nice because you see them on Facebook, you have pictures, your children growing up, and so if you were to travel and bump into them, you'd recognise them and the children straight away because you're watching them grow up. So yeah, that's quite nice, because I mean that's another form of socialisation. You do have to be wary on things like that, because I have noticed a lot of bullying goes on with things like that. Thinking of Sean at school, some of her, well, they weren't all classmates, but children that they used to call each other friends anyway, there's a lot of bullying going on in the secondary schools, and they're doing it over these social websites. So she does try and keep off them as much as possible. Good morning, Sean. Sean's just come through the door. We're talking about socialisation today, Sean, and whether you see people or not, and you know, things like that, whether you go out. I mean, you have a friend up the road that you see from time to time when you want to play, don't you?
One person.
That's only one person.
I do know.
Oh yeah, but you're not trapped in a house or anything, are you, where the door's locked and the window's barricaded? Like people say, if you're homeschooled, you don't see nobody. But yeah, Sean's always had like a small circle of friends, and they got smaller because they're not all into the same things with her. They say she's boring because she likes all the wars and things like that. And they're all now into makeup and stuff like that, and Sean's not really into anything like that. She's not a girly girl. Sean likes to study armies and histories, don't you, Sean? Mm-hmm. Things like that. But yeah, everybody likes their own thing, don't they? So yeah, I wouldn't say Sean's not socialised. I mean, obviously if a friend comes to call for her, and provided we're not doing anything, she can go out and play. She goes to play at their house, and they come to play here. And when she's had enough, she'll just tell him she's going out. No, if she has enough and she doesn't want to play, she'll just say, no, I'm not coming out today. And if she's doing her own thing, and if she's not, she goes out. So, and that's why we kept the holidays, summer holidays and things like that, school holidays. So if she does want to go and socialise with anybody, then obviously she can. Yeah, and she wants to get back into horse riding again. That's the thing. Now, hopefully everything is lifting, all the sanctions are lifting, then maybe we can find some groups or things that she likes to do, or we can visit more places and get some more interaction with people concerning things that she's interested in and that are good for education as well as socialisation. So yeah, things will get better. I mean, it has been awkward because of the circumstances, but yeah, I wouldn't say any child who is homeschooled lacks socialisation. Of course they don't. They have a better social life, I think, because they mix with people of all ages. They mix with adults, they mix with children, and I think when they grow up, they're better speaking to people because they have mixed with all different ages. They will have more of an air of adultness about them, you know, in a conversation and things like that, because they have done that mixing. They've not just stuck to the same age group and that's all they know. So other than a teacher, they do mix with people of all ages. So yeah, I don't know why people say that about socialisation. I mean, like I say, unless you've been locked in a house, all the windows barricaded, no one's allowed in or out, and there's no communication via social network. That's the only way you can never, you know, not get any socialisation. So that's it, short and sweet today. I just thought it was a strange thing why people say that, really. I've never fathomed out why people say that. I don't know what their idea of homeschool is. I don't know why they think your child is only getting any social life if they're in the classroom full of other children the same age for X amount of years. I don't know why they think that. I don't know. Strange. But there you go. There you have it. Homeschool children are not isolated from the world. They do have friends. They do join groups. They do meet people of all ages. They do go out and about. You can see them on the street. You will see them in the dentist or the opticians. They're not isolated from the world. They're there. They're out there. Yes. So that's it. That's over for today. So thank you to all my new subscribers as well. Before I go, I would like to say that. Thank you very much. My son is actually starting vlogging, a channel. That's the word, Sean. He's just starting a channel, mainly a history channel. So if you're interested in history, you might want to go along and have a look. He's only put a trailer up at the moment, and he's working on some videos to go on. But he is SAR Histories, wasn't it? SAR Histories. So if I remember, I will put a link down below in the description box if you want to go and have a look. Like I say, he's just got his trailer at the moment, so that's like an introduction, and he will be putting some videos on. It'll be about history, places to visit, places visited, history about them, and I'm not sure, anything to do with history. But yeah, he's also wrote some books, but you can find all that out from his channel. I'm not going through all that. It'll take me forever. If you go and visit him, then you'll see for yourself. So anyway, that's it for today, or I'll be waffling on forever. And Sean's got up and we've got to do some homeschooling. Today we are doing some maths, some spellings and language. We're doing some Bible reading, and we would have normally been doing science, but she's finished that science book, so we're not starting the new one until September. So I think we'll do some of her Vikings instead, because she likes the Vikings. So she just so yeah, we'll be doing that today. And of course her reading. At the moment she's reading a book called The Ghosts. It was from the film The Amazing Mr. Blunden, the film is called, but the book that it's from is called The Ghosts. So that's what she's reading at the moment. So yeah, that's it. So I'll see you tomorrow now. I'm not sure what we'll vlog about tomorrow. I'll see. We'll have a look out there and see what's happening. So take care, have a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.